Hello, my name is Daisy Brains, and today we're going to be talking about blood typing and the importance of it. The way that blood type is determined is by the presence or the absence of certain types of antigens. All the cells in your body have a plasma membrane with specialized glycoprotein markers on them that act like name tags or labels. Sort of like this cell is property of Stacy, for example. These markers are your antigens. Antigens are substances that can trigger an immune response if they are foreign to the body, including viruses or bacteria. Then it'll send out antibodies to bind to those markers, often to tag them for destruction by the immune system. Your red blood cells have specialized antigens on them called agglutinogens, which activate antibodies that work by binding invading cells to each other, which causes coagulation, also known as the clumping of blood. Which agglutinogens you have on all your erythrocytes are what define your blood type. There are two major types of blood agglutinogens, A and B, and your blood can either have one or both of these, or neither of these molecules. So the name of your blood type refers to what kind of antigen you have or you don't have. A type has A antigens, B type has B antigens, AB has both, and O has neither. Back to the question, why do you need to know your blood type before you give or receive blood? Well, like I've stated before, if you have either of these antigens, your body will be fine with it because it doesn't produce any antibodies that will label it for attack. If you don't have a particular antigen on your blood cell, such as type B, then you do have antibodies that will label those B antigens for attack if they enter your personal space. So AB type people are considered the universal recipients because they have both antigens and therefore no antibodies for either. So they can accept A, B, AB, or O blood. Meanwhile, O type doesn't have either A or B antigens, so they have antibodies for both, meaning that they will only accept type O blood. This lack of antigens means that type O blood can mix with other types of blood without a problem, which is why it is known as the universal donor. There are also Rhesus or Rh antigens, which are named after the species of monkey that they were first identified in. Much like the A and the B, you either have the Rh antigens, in which case are positive/negative, or you don't have them. Most of the population is Rh positive, so they don't have the anti-Rh antibodies, which means that they can accept either Rh positive or Rh negative blood. On the other hand, negative Rh types should just stick to Rh negative types of blood. Since the presence of AB antigens is controlled by different genes than the Rh one, we end up with 8 different blood types in 4 separate groups, each with 2 variations. For example, A positive, A negative, O positive, O negative, B positive, B negative, or AB positive, AB negative. Since there are certain antigens that can trigger a patient's immune system to attack the foreign blood, safe blood transfusions depend on careful blood typing and cross-matching. Cross-matching is a way for a healthcare provider to test your blood against a donor's blood in order to make sure that they are fully compatible. The entire purpose of cross-matching is in order to detect the presence of antibodies in the recipient against the red blood cells of the donor. It is done in a trial transfusion, which is done by using test tubes to see exactly how your blood will react with the potential donor's blood. Any patient can receive blood that has the same ABO antigen as theirs, plus O, Rh positive or Rh negative blood. There are more than 600 other known antigens, the presence or absence of which creates rare blood types. Certain blood types are unique to specific ethnic or racial groups. That's why an African American blood donation may be the best hope for the needs of patients with sickle cell disease, many of whom are of African descent. Every 2 seconds, someone in the US needs a blood transfusion. And now, hopefully you can understand why it's so hard to replace blood types and why it's so important to know your own before you give or receive blood. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you guys found some useful information. I hope you guys learned something from this video, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching.